And we are live. What's going on, everybody? I'm really big. I decided that I normally do my open late videos like the full screen thing, and it feels really weird to look at this without the sort of cropped image of me. But that's okay because this stuff's really, really cool. Or I expect this stuff is going to be really, really cool. So, what am I opening tonight? Well, as some of you may know, I am sort of now working with a sculptor, Arlen Pelche, who many of you may know. Others might not know who Arlen Pelche is, but I suspect that if you're watching, any video that I'm doing, you probably have at least one of his sculpted figures in your collection. Arlen has worked for, many, many companies as doing, sculpting for other people. But Arlen and I are going to be partnering up to work on Arlen's own line, which is the space zombies. And so this box, this gigantic box, which you can't see, it's this box. Arlen sent me a couple of things, which we'll get into in a second. But he sent me some things that I'm going to be taking to Legion's Con. So I'm going to have some things for the zombies at Legion's Con. But he also sent me a couple samples from stuff that he's done. But let me show you the size of this box that shakes my whole desk. Here's the box that Arlen sent me. I thought he was sending me like 2 or 3 figures, but he sent me this gigantic box, which was it was shocking to me when I went to the post office and picked this up. I was like, I think you might have the wrong box, but no, this is what Arlen said. So I've cut the tape open, but I haven't taken anything really out of the box. So you will sort of get to see. You get to see it as I open it. Oh, there's some goodies in here. All right. Josh Brown is here. Red 5 is here as well. For whatever reason, my camera's really shaky, so I will try to minimize that by not using my mouse very much. Samrock is here as well. Glad they will be at Legion's Con. Yeah, we're gonna have some samples there. We'll probably have, by November, there's probably gonna be more news, more stuff going on with the line. So that's sort of our target. I'm already going to do Animal Warriors of the Kingdom stuff. But we're gonna have a little corner of that table with a couple samples, so should be fun. Legion's Con is November 9th and 10th. Yes, Josh Brown is correct. No Chewing is here as well. Good to have you. Good to have you guys. Good to have everybody in the chat. It's fun. It's weird because normally when I do my unboxing videos, the camera spun around. It's the other way. I'm unboxing an actual box of things. I don't know that I'm actually going to open anything as such. I just really was excited to open this stuff. And I thought, it's kind of one of those cool things. This is like, another step of us sort of with this line of sort of me actually seeing these things in person and getting to like handle these things. I guess that's a bit of a spoiler. The samples, the zombie samples are not samples, sorry, like some 3D printed paint masters. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Why don't I just open up the box and we'll take a look at what's going on here. So absolutely, West Coast. It's not even that late. I just got my kids to bed. I was fighting my kids to get them to bed because I wanted to open my box of toys. All right, so first off, on the top, there is some stuff in here that might not be as exciting. He sent me well, these are kind of fun, I guess. He sent me the little stuff to put on the table, like the do not touch, the do not touch sign, and then there's the logo, Space Zombies from Mars. So that's pretty exciting. The little card to sort of show. Sorry, there's going to be a ton of glare. I'll try to find a spot. Well, Anyway, you get the idea. The two samples that I will have. This is not final, okay? This is not, the final. Actually, I can take it out of the plastic and then it won't have the glare. This is not the final artwork, to the best of my knowledge. But here is the cover for the comic book. So we'll have issue 1 of the comic book, sort of with the Kickstarter. More on that, when we get closer. As I said, it's sort of, we're still sort of developing the world. We're developing ideas. We're sort of developing, how is this all going to work? How will the line, what will different waves look like? How will all that kind of stuff work? But it's going to be fun. We're having a ton of fun, just chatting and messaging back and forth, like, hey, what if, this, or what if that, like, what should we do with this? And so it's just really, really fun. And like I said, this is just sort of another stage. This is me sort of trying to document everything as I can. Full disclosure, anybody that's watching this live, consider yourself lucky, because this may become a members only video, just in case I say something that I shouldn't or whatever. But yeah, if you're here live, it's live. What are you gonna do about it? 80s toys are importanter than kids. No, I'm just kidding. I love my kids. My kids are awesome. My kids are the reason that I sort of get to play with toys, right? So Josh Brown asks, is Arlen coming to Legions Con 2? He may be. So I already have my tickets. I already have everything lined up. He's trying to figure out whether it's worth it, whether he needs to be there, whether he wants to be there. I said it would be great if he did, but I think if he's not there this year, definitely next year, because by next year, we could potentially have a toy line. Like, how crazy is that? Live means we can gossip. Absolutely. Okay. Let's get into this box, because there's a lot of stuff to unpack, and what I'm gonna finish with the zombie stuff. I'm gonna start with the other stuff. So you may or may not know of this, but Big Bad Toy Store, by way of Fresh Monkey Fiction, has a line called Naughty or Nice. Now, if you are familiar with the line, tune out for the next 10 or 15 seconds. If you're not familiar with the line, Naughty or Nice is basically a line of different versions of Santa, as well as different versions of elves and things like that. So it's like a very Christmas-centric toy line. But it is a line that Arlen has done all the sculpting for. So he happened to have a bunch. He was going to send me the samples for the zombies, and he was like, hey, I've got some Santas too, if you want some. And I said, you know what, if you want to send me a Santa, that would be great. I told him, which one I wanted, and I'm looking at like a box of Santas, and other things. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so first up, I'm actually going to go over not the Santas. I've got a few of these. So these are the like 5 POA. Too much glare. Okay, there. Okay, that's the angle that I need to get. Okay, so this is the Gremlin. So that's a 5 POA Gremlin. He comes with what looks like a candy cane, stick of dynamite, a hammer, and then a present as well. The full wave 2, all on cross sell in the back, which looks really, really good. And Josh Brandt says, I have all the Santas. That's awesome. Next, we have the Gremlin Nutcracker. There's a bit of a theme going so far with these. Then I've got, this one's nice. This is Julie the Elf. So that's a pleasant one. This can like definitely go on, a Christmas display or something like that. Oh, wow. I just realized that I think the Nutcracker, like the jaw looks like it's actually articulated, but also like how murderous does that that nutcracker look. Very excited about those. Let me get that out of the way. There are what appear to be 5 Santas in here, actually. As well as, oh, there's other stuff in here too. What else is in here? The Naughty or Nice accessory set. So that's, a couple stockings, some cookies, a mug of cocoa, some gifts, a pipe. Lots of fun stuff there. Lots of fun stuff there. This is fun. I like these. I'm gonna enjoy opening these. I think what I'm gonna do actually, as far as these Santas go, is probably do like a maybe what I'll do is like I'll do an open late unboxing of all of these figures, because like I said, I wanted to just do sort of a quick video tonight, and then I'll do another video like a little more in depth for these Santa. Oh man, there's so many in here. There's so many Santas. Why are there so many Santas? I thought he was sending me like 1 or 2. Okay, first up, oh, but oh, I wish this was not the case. So first up, Father Frost. So that's sort of the blue suit Santa. What you can't see is that there's an alternate head right there. And the alternate head is translucent blue. I love translucent stuff. I love translucent figures. I'm excited for that one. That was not the one I selected. Up next we have Checking It Twice Santa. This is like mean Santa. He comes with some baseball bats, just to make sure that you're not misbehaving. Sounds like there's bells or something in here too. They all come with these little lists, these little scroll lists, which is really, really cool. Oh, there's like a bone. Okay, I'm getting distracted by the things in here. So this one seems really appropriate, being in Canada. This is Great Northern Santa. This is like flannel shirt Santa. This is like it's like casual Santa. This is 364 days out of the year Santa. When he doesn't have to wear the suit. That's cool. I like that one. I like that one a lot. All right, next up we have Barbarian Santa, of course. So he's got like a polar bear, head on there. What I didn't know, because I didn't look at all the pictures on Big Bad Toy Store, I think he's got like a furry cape in there as well, which is really, really cool. And he's got tribal sort of war paint on his face as well, and then what looks like some tattoos. I'm very, very excited about this one. This is the one that I asked for. That was the one that I really, really wanted. But wait, there's more. Okay, so that's all the sort of wave 2 stuff that I got. Now let me check with the comments, see what you guys are talking about here, and then I'll jump back in here. Josh Brown says, I have all the Santas. Now I want all of them. I feel like I got a pretty good head start. Josh Brown says, love breaking those out every year. Red 5, those Santas are awesome. I wish I could get my hands on them. You can. Big Bad Toy Store has them. Fresh Monkey Fiction versus your grandma's nativity scene. Well, I will say this, actually. At least one of these is going to my mother-in-law because she collects Santas. I don't think she's going to be watching this video, so I think it's okay for me to say that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to set one of these aside for her for Christmas, which is really, really cool to get to give my mother-in-law a Santa, that my friend sculpted. Josh Brown there, so fun, and now with reindeer coming, it just gets better. Bill from Fresh Monkey confirmed a sleigh on Wade's stream Tuesday. I've known about that sleigh for a while. So basically, for anybody that's not familiar, so they did I think like 6 Santas in wave 1, and then I think there's like another 6 Santas in wave 2, and then I think there's like another 6 Santas for wave 3. They've also done reindeer. So what they did was 4 reindeer, like 4 different decos of reindeers, the same reindeer, and then an alternate head pack with 5 more heads, so you can do all 8 of the sort of standard reindeer, and then a Rudolph head. They've also got, and this is what is pretty awesome, they've also got a like an accessory pack where you can get um a saddle. Why couldn't I think of the word saddle? You can get a saddle that will go on the reindeer, and then on top of that, they sort of reused the buck and created like a demon goat. So there's like evil Santas and Krampus, and so Krampus, think I'm not 100% certain. Feel free to fact check me on this or correct me in the comments. I'm pretty sure that Krampus, like in the stories, it has like a goat that he rides on. So they've also done Krampus. I think Krampus is on the back here. Yeah, Krampus. There's Krampus. Nasty Krampus. So yeah, and there's a saddle for that one too. I think I want a reindeer. I think I want to get a reindeer for Mythic Legions. But yeah. I also want the goat for Mythic Legions. Because I think a little goblin riding a little demon goat would just be such a good combo. This could be the badass version of that Rudolph line. They need to get into other characters eventually, but sounds like they are in the pipeline. I will tell you this: there's other sort of characters, that Fresh Monkey Fiction and Arlen are sort of Bill and Arlen are talking about. But who knows? We'll see. Red 5 says shipping is way too much to Ontario. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes I agree. I mean, it sucks. I don't love Big Bad Toy Store for that reason. And I'll be totally honest. The only reason that I don't have these Santas is because they're Big Bad Toy Store exclusives. If these were available at any retailer in Canada, I probably would have bought a few already. For the exact same reason. I hate paying shipping. But yeah, but Katie's Toys makes a very good point. US shipping has gotten bonkers lately as well. Everyone in Toronto rides goats this fall. Pumpkin spiced goats. Tis the season, right? Is it the fall? Somebody's telling me that pumpkin spice is out at Starbucks already. Anyways, I don't like pumpkin spice and I don't like Starbucks, so I don't really care. Josh Brown, very good point. This line does get pricey considering all the different combos. Yes. I mean at was it like $35 a Santa? I don't know. I don't know how deep people would. I would not have this many if I was buying all of them. It's spooky preseason. I know. I love it. I love Halloween. Not as much as a lot of other people, but I still very much love Halloween. I am admittedly sneaking a peek at what else is in here. Some things I know, some things I don't. Oh, here's another one. Little bonus bag of Santa hats, set of 4 Santa hats. There you go. So I can Santify Santa eyes. I can Santa eyes some of my other action figures. Okay, one more Santa, I think. Yeah, one more Santa, and then we'll get into some zombies. This is the Wave 1 classic Santa. This is just your standard Coca-Cola Santa. This one I love. This is This will probably be the one that I give to my mother-in-law, just a very classic one. Um, but now I want one of these for myself too, so we'll see. I intend to give her one for Christmas, but I don't have to, do I? I can keep these all for myself, can't I? Anyways, that's all the Santas. Stay tuned for another video. I will definitely be unboxing several of these. These are awesome. These are so much fun. These are so much fun. I will say also, one other sort of little note about the Santas. Part of the reason that I wanted a Santa is because Arlen sculpted it, to sort of get in hand a figure that Arlen has sculpted, so I can sort of get a feel for what it is gonna feel like in hand. Not that I don't have a bunch of figures that he's done for like GI Joe Classified, for example, but man, this is a big pile of stuff. Hold on. I gotta organize it so it doesn't all fall over. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Part of the reason that I wanted this stuff is not only because Arlen sculpted it, but also because the factory that has done these will very likely be doing the zombie line. Um and so it'll give me sort of an idea of how the figures will probably feel in hand, as far as the plastic, as far as paint apps, as far as all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of like um it's kind of like samples, right? It's kind of like samples of what the factory can do that we would theoretically be working with. um just sort of a little bit of information to share. Nothing is confirmed, so it's not, none of this is set in stone, but this is sort of as it stands today. Yeah, let me get this out of the way. As it stands today, so Arlen has done all the sculpting already. So the digital, renders, the files, all that kind of stuff is ready to go. The pricing for molds has basically already been looked at. The pricing for some of the other stuff that we want to do has already been looked at. We've got effectively most of the numbers that we need. We are pretty sure which factory we're going to use. We are pretty sure which project manager we are going to be working with. We are, we're pretty sure of a lot of things. So that's where we're kind of getting a really good head start. And I've said this before a couple times, but we want to do as much as we can now before we launch, before we sort of get any further than we are publicly, before we do the Kickstarter, so that there's less of that has to happen in the back end. And effectively, when the Kickstarter ends, we can basically just sort of get to work and get producing figures. So yeah, that's where we're at now. Here's what I have in front of me. I have uh I have a Tupperware container. Well, technically it's not Tupperware. Technically it's Sistema. But I have a plastic bin full of what appears to be like random parts and things. I have a box that has an astronaut on it, cardboard box. I don't know what it is. And then I have a cardboard box that just says Arlen, nondescript. I don't know what's in here. It's taped shut. Which one of those three would you guys like me to open first? And whichever comment I see first will be the deciding factor. So we got plastic container, astronaut container, random container. No, we are not working with David Vonner. I'll say that much, but I'm not going to tell you who we're working with. But Red 5 says third. Okay, if by third you mean this nondescript Arlen box, is that correct? Red 5, nondescript Arlen box first. Confirmed. Okay, let's see what's in box. No, well, I guess box number 3, but box number 1. Let's see what's in box number 1, or the first of the boxes that I opened. I'm excited because I saw this stuff I think I've seen all this stuff before in person at Joe Fest. But I didn't get to touch it, and I wasn't involved in the project at that point, so I didn't know the lore. I hadn't read the comic book. They basically got a full sort of write up for the comic book. Okay, this is cool. Actually, this is this was a good choice. Red 5, I'm gonna say you chose right, because this is the box of some 3D. I need this back so that I have somewhere to put this stuff. This is a box of 3D printed like prototype stuff. So there's the backpack. This is the astronaut's backpack. Bunch of ports in there. So the backpack's going to be really, really cool because we're going to have different things that will be able to like port onto it. So that hole in the back there, there's holes on the sides. And so you'll be able to like plug different accessories and different things into that, depending on sort of what like specialty the astronaut is. I'm so excited about this. I don't know. It's really exciting. We got. I think we've already said it. So I wasn't sure if this was a sort of a spoiler or not. But so this is the first head out of the box there. And if you can't tell from where you're sitting, it's late at night. Maybe you're lying down. Wherever you're sitting or lying down, this is a female head sculpt. So in the first initial Kickstarter offering, we will have 2 astronauts and 2 zombies. And those astronauts and zombies, we will have 1 man and 1 woman right off the jump. We are not going to have, we're not going to have, and it's easy for us because they're in astronaut suits. So we only actually need 1 body to do both, which is a huge bonus for us. So yeah, we're gonna have men and women right away. So that Gatey's Toys, I know that you'll be happy about that. I know that I know that a lot of people really like to get women in the line early, and as the father of 2 daughters, and Arlen has 2 daughters, and Ari, Arlen's brother, who's also sort of involved. He's not sort of involved. He's very involved. He's I think he has a daughter as well. So I mean, it's important, right? Like you gotta have that. There's probably as many women astronauts now as there is men astronauts. So like it's a no brainer to have ladies in your line, because who doesn't love ladies? Here is the space helmet. This, I believe this visor will go up and down. I don't want to mess with this one. I don't know if this one's articulated or not. But it is a clear visor on just a primed 3D printed helmet. But it looks really, really cool. Really, really cool. It's got there is sculpting to it. And what I like is it kind of reminds me of like the sculpt lines that you see on like Gundam, which I love as well. So, ooh, what else is in here? Oh my! Okay, I think there's an entire figure in here. I think there's an entire figure in here. And once I get this out of the box, I'll jump into the comments there. I see them coming in. I just you give me a minute. to digest all of this. Um, I don't know. I don't know if this shipped in one piece or not. I think it probably did, which is fine. I'll just have to glue it because I think this was a posed figure, but the leg came off. But that's fine. That's how samples work. I think I think people think these are like actual like near finished products, but when they're in this stage, it's a bunch of 3D pieces basically glued together. So you break them, you glue them back together. You break them again, you glue them back together. So I'm gonna put the leg down, but we could take a look at this. So there is, sort of the base astronaut body. This bit, this top bit, and sorry, it's focusing my like the shoulder part, and then the straps and the belt is a secondary. So it looks like a floating piece. I'm probably breaking it more, which is not good, but that's okay. I could do what I want. It's weird because I'm not like I feel like I'm dealing with somebody else's stuff here, but this is it's my stuff now. Um, I full credit to Arlen who did all the sculpting and did all this stuff before I was at all involved. But there's also you'll see sort of two holes on the torso there. I think there's items that plug in there as well, but you get an idea of the articulation too. So it got butterfly joints, the articulation for the neck there. You can sort of see it underneath the primed paint. There'd be articulation at the base of the neck. All the articulation that you're sort of used to in 6-inch scaled figures. Very, very cool. Very, very exciting. Um, yeah, I think the backpack was plugged in and broke because the peg on the backpack isn't there. So I'll have to remember to take some glue to Legion's Con to put this thing together. And we got an arm. Again, the same articulation as you're used to. Double jointed elbows, articulation at the bicep, rotation at the shoulder. Standard stuff, but still exciting nonetheless. There are a couple hose pieces in here. Love those hoses. And that's it. There's no second arm. Maybe it's in the other box. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So that is box number 1. Let's see what else we got. Let me see the comments here. It's cold suddenly, so it's fall. My cobwebs and Beetlejuice sandworms are up. Josh Brown said, "Mother-in-law should get topless Santa." Do you the barbarian Santa? Maybe I could get another. I can get another one of those. I can order another one, right? I got enough time to get her another one. So, Gatie's Toys. I kill for traditional Mrs. Claus, but then they go hard and do a Jessica and but then they go hard and do a Jessica Rabbit. I bet they would do 5 different Mrs. Claus. Yeah, you could, right? You could do like classic Mrs. Claus. You could do, like mall Mrs. Claus too. You could do barbarian Mrs. Claus. Yeah, you could just kind of match what they've done with the Santas. Um, let's see. Let's see. Katie's Toys. Y'all know I'm team ladies. Yeah, I love. It's kind of a shame that there isn't, more women represented as action figures. Like there's so many characters that they could choose from, and then like for whatever reason they just don't do as many. As the father of 2 daughters, like when the Masters of the Universe toys come out, it's like a fight for Tila and Shira and Sorceress, and there's only so many women in there. And then you know, that's fine. I get Beastman and Skeletor and Spikor and you know all this or the sort of like monstrous beastly ones. Um, but it's really cool to get to do a line that will effectively have like a balanced representation, a more or less balanced representation of men to women, because hopefully, you know, even if you're not into zombies, hopefully there will be people that just want to astronaut, and we will have you know, we'll have women for you know, my kids, right? My 8-year-old, my 5-year-old want them, and so obviously they're gonna get their own. So um Josh Brown says clever way to get the women in early. It is, yes. But it's you know, I think I'll be perfectly honest. I think if we weren't using, you know, a spacesuit, I think we would still want to have women in there pretty early. It's very important to us. So um Josh Brown said, seriously, ever since I saw these at PowerCon last year, they were instantly at the top of my most anticipated line, along with Monster Force. Monster Force, a lot of that was also sculpted by Arlen. I now need to order those because I need more samples. I need more samples of Arlen and the factory and all that kind of stuff. So Josh Brown says I'm already bringing you. Oh, that's right. Yes, absolutely. I can bring a Santa too for her. No, you don't need to. That's I've got other stuff that I need to get from Big Bad Toy Store, so I'm happy to get it for myself. I very much appreciate that offer though. Red Five says the guy who runs Fresh Monkey Fiction, Bill, did an interview. Mrs. Claus is coming. They sculpted one. Yes. Arlen is prolific. He really is, and that's you know, it's really fun getting to like chat with Arlen regularly because you know I'm like I'll there will be a line. I'll be like, "Did you sculpt any of these?" And he's like, "Well, I did this and I did this and I did this." What's crazy about Arlen is that he's you know, his name has been attached to lots of sculpts, but he's sculpted lots of stuff that his name's not even attached to, where it's, you know, either that the brand or the line doesn't really share who sculpts it, or for whatever reason, like he just sort of said, I don't need you to say that I sculpted it. But it's, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Arlen has sculpted. Okay, next, should we do the second cardboard box or the bin of body parts? Box or bin? First answer decides. I'll pull this comment down. Another thing that I will mention is that we are, you know, among the astronauts, at least, I mean, the zombies are all green. Spoiler alert: the zombies are all green. But among the astronauts that we're planning on doing in the Kickstarter, think I think they're all from different ethnic backgrounds. So there's going to be a pretty decent amount of representation in that respect as well. All right, cardboard box or bin of parts? Anybody? Anybody? Am I muted, or does nobody want to pick next? I can kind of see through what's in this. I'm doing this one next. And I think it'll make sense why. So I'm not actually going to wait. I think I know what's in there. So I'm going to leave that for last. This is awesome. So in this box, the very first thing that's in, oh, I just realized. Actually, I don't know. There was something there was one other thing that I meant to try to get into the box, but it's not in the box. Stickers. Space Zombies from Mars stickers, plus these stickers. There's not many of either. So if you're going to be at Legion's Con, come see me first, because I'll be giving these away. These are cool. I'm going to keep a couple of these for myself. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to give all of them out. Let's see. Will that just be additional heads and hands in the packaging? To be determined. So we're kind of, so the plan right now is to have sort of accessory sets and like additional sets that will have cool stuff in them. But some of our stretch goals for the Kickstarter will basically just be extra stuff packed in. So extra hands, extra heads, things like that will probably be worked in as like stretch goals for two reasons. One, we want to put as much stuff in the package, for if you can only get one figure, you know what I mean? We just wanted to make sure that you get a really, really great, package of stuff. Also, having stretch goals that are pack-ins is a little bit easier because it doesn't add SKUs to the list. It doesn't add additional packaging, really. It doesn't really add much to sort of the scope of the project. So it's quicker and easier to kind of do it that way for us. And also, I think our plan is to have stretch goals that are like pretty close together, but have like lots of little stretch goals. The reason for that will be that like people will kind of see the momentum and they'll kind of like see things get unlocked, and it'll be like fun and exciting, and hopefully, that will prevent some of the lag between like, big jumps number wise, but we'll see. Stay tuned for more. Like I said, none of that is finalized. It's just us sort of throwing ideas back and forth. Red 5, will there be Aliens 2? Curious with the Mars in the name. You'll have to wait and see. Zombie Aliens does sound fun. It's you'll have to wait and see. Red 5, will the Kickstarter have an all-in option? You know it will. And you know that I will make sure that all-in is really, really well priced, or as well priced as I possibly can make it. Because that's, to me, the all-ins in the Kickstarter, that's like the people that believe in you first. That's the people that sort of get it and want to be a part of it early, so we will be very, very eager to make that a very good option, and an option that you get good value in. All right, so here is the first of the zombie stuff. And this zombie doesn't have any arms yet. But you'll see the neck is actually different. So it's like a fleshy neck. He's got a fleshy leg. There's another fleshy leg right here, which broke off. Remember, these are just 3D printed, so they kind of just break. They don't hold up very well. Yeah, Gady's Toy says pretty great 3D print. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Arlen's stuff is really good. It's really, really clean, and his files are really, really good. Oh, you know what I just realized too? And I didn't realize that this was gonna be the case, but that's the alternate. So that's the astronaut. That was the first one. This is the alternate. So this is a secondary piece. This secondary harness is different. So there's actually kind of, it's not all going to look the same, even though, the same body type is going to be used for a lot of stuff. We're going to have some cool stuff that differentiates certain things. And it's there's reasons that it's going to be differentiated. There's stuff going on that's going to be really, really fun that I can't wait. I can't wait till we get to sort of share more of the lore and like more of the details and stuff like that. Here's another body and another broken leg. I think this is just down to you know, how these sort of got packaged, but I think he had this one posed up all like crooked. And but yeah, that's the same, that's that same secondary piece. But there you go. And as I said, those are just 3D printed samples, so they're not super hardy. Oh, we're getting to the good stuff now. Should I show everything, or should I hold some stuff back? Let me. I'm actually gonna sort of unpack all this stuff, and then I'll sort of show it off like one thing at a time, sort of. Because it's all just kind of tucked in here in like paper towel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There is some fun stuff in here. Some very fun stuff. But it's also hot in here. Astronaut boob armor. I'm gonna judge the final product by these 3D printed prototypes. Terrible build quality. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people kind of like aren't able to like disconnect, you know, those two things. So show it. You already started. Yeah, I may as well. Let's see. All right, yeah, let's just show it all. This is just samples, and this is all stuff that's been seen before. So it's not you know, I'm not gonna withhold anything just for the sake of you know. You'll see more. You'll see more during the Kickstarter. We've got, like I said, we've got, you know, all this sort of like painted stuff. Or sorry, like the 2D renders, like full color and everything. So you'll see all that stuff before too long, I'm sure. But before then, zombie arms. So, you know, ripped sleeves. There's actually like holes. You know, there's like holes in the sleeves as well. And then the sleeves ripped off. You get that fleshy arm. Broken finger and all. The fingers busted off. I didn't see the finger in the box, but it's in there. I'm sure it's in there. You know, the zombie hands too get like really, really good pose to them too. So they're like that kind of nasty, gross, gripping zombie arm. I mentioned that there's the ports in the body. So just, you know, a couple things that plug in. So there's like grenades and pouches, things like that. Blast effects. You gotta have blast effects. I got 2 zombie heads. This one. Which looks fantastic. And I've also got this rather unfortunate it's rather unfortunate exploded zombie head. Of course, with, you know, plenty of exploding effect to it as well. So that's what's in this box. That's pretty exciting. I'm gonna get these all together. I'll kind of like blue tack these all together because they're broken and stuff like that. I'll make sure to get some pictures of this stuff as soon as I can. It might not be this week. You know what? What I'll try to do is I'll try to do it so that I have like I'll do like one figure at a time, and I'll kind of post them over a little bit of an extended period of time, so that so that the hype can grow, the people's desire for these can grow over a little bit of time. I'm just really excited. Okay, now we have the rubber bin as well. So let's see here. Just say the broken finger is part of the sculpt. How would we know otherwise? It's printed and then it's primed. So I know that it's broken because their color is different underneath. But anyway, yeah, you would never know. Josh says, I just sent you the one pic I had from PowerCon. I imagine he sent that prototype, but sent that prototype to you, but just in case, it's the painted astronaut. I have the painted astronaut. I'm going to pull some of this out of the container and then show it. And then, but yeah, I have the painted astronaut. That's what's next on tonight's menu. But it's broken and it's in pieces. So yeah, I'll have to glue it all back together, but that's okay. Oh yeah, it's like very much in pieces. Sadly. But it'll still give you a good idea of like what we're looking at here, what we've got going on. This one's actually pretty good. This guy's pretty good. Maybe I'll show him last, because he's more or less complete. So there's one that's more or less complete. But now I'm worried that he's gonna like fall, smash or something. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. Painted figure here. Okay, so we've got a painted figure. This painted figure is, as I said, very much broken. So but it'll give you, it'll give you a good idea of like what we're looking at. Despite that, so this will be this is like the initial offering, the painted astronaut, and this is all just like that's not attached, that didn't get glued, so it got painted and put together. Then like the leg, the leg just comes off. The other one broke, so that's why the other one's not on. There's a painted backpack. It's got the tube plugged into the side and then into the chest. So that's, a bit of an idea of what we're looking at. There's the helmet painted up. So that's what it's going to look like with paint on. Oh, yes. That one I'm not going to show. So here, you could get if you want to do army builders, there will be a couple masked heads as well, so you can have slightly less obvious characters. If you don't want to, so those ports, the hose, the tube will plug into the port. If you don't want to use the port, you can of course plug these things in there as well. Pistol in holster will mount on there as well. I'm gonna pull this comment down. Hold on. There you go. Um, Amanda says that this may be a long one. I will watch my show. She's out there watching TV. She was like, "You just gonna do a short video?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'll be a quick one. I'll just jump on and chat with people for a minute, and then we'll wrap it up." It's a little bit longer than I anticipated. I don't think I want. No, I'm not gonna show that one either. I'm gonna keep a couple things back because I think there's a couple things that like will make way more sense when the lore is involved. So, um, he's in the zone, but maybe needs snacks. No, he won't eat on screen. That is also one of my biggest pet peeves. Her pet peeve isn't that I will eat on screen, or no, her pet peeve is not that I won't eat on screen. She just doesn't like watching people eat. Um, let's see. Josh Brown says my pick is a different one. Oh, where did you send it? Did you send it to? Oh yeah, I didn't know that he had that one. I'll show that. Let's see here. I'll show that for sure. Let's see here. Let me see. Yeah, that. Where's the spot? There's the spot. Yeah, so there's another one of the painted astronauts. That's nah, no, I'm not gonna tell you what the white suit represents. But I got a green one. If you go to Arlen's, let's look at Arlen's Instagram. Um, so there's the green one right there. There's Grimes, some AWOC content here. There's some Santas right there. So we're covering kind of all these bases. Go check out Arlen's Instagram if you want to see some like insights and like some stuff that you may see in the line, stuff like that. There's the zombie reindeer as well, if you want to check that out. But yeah, just a bunch of cool stuff there. There's another zombie one right there. Spark. Who knows? We'll see. Full kind of zombie body as well. And then yeah, like I said, some other stuff that you may have in your collection. There's some Marvel Legends, there's some GI Joe Classified, Star Wars Vintage Collection, among other things. Lock and Key. Like it's just it seems odd, but whatever, it's cool. Yeah, and on and on and on. On and on and on. Lots of cool stuff. Anyways, yeah, what were we looking at here? That's Arlen's page. So Arlen Pelletier on Instagram. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Looks great, right? Okay, let's see here. More me, okay? Let's bring the focus back to me. Let's see. Spark still a thing? Yes. Yes, it is. Red 5. What's Spark? Just wait. You'll see. You'll see soon enough. All in good time. Here's the last thing that I'll show tonight, and then if you guys have any questions or whatever, we can have we'll have a quick chat. Okay, so this guy's not glued together, so he's a little wobbly, and I have shaky hands as it is. But yeah, there you go. That's a pretty good teaser. So you see that there's like plenty of fun paint on there, plenty of gory, goopy, kind of glossy, shiny, bloody bits. as I said, the zombie bits will all be green, and all the zombie bits will match each other, so um, they'll effectively work together. So you'll be able to kind of like part swap certain things. Yeah, there it is. Space zombies from Mars. I'm man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. There's also okay, this will be the last. This will be the last thing I show. So there's like a smashed helmet with like a so it's the same helmet, but the visor is smashed. Super cool. Very, very exciting. Yeah. That's that's your zombie fix for tonight. Let's see. Let's see. Josh Brown says I need to decide what I'm getting rid of to make room for these. Yeah, you and me both, man. I did genuinely like when I mapped this room out a couple months ago and didn't have these sort of on the radar as such. I've seen them before, and I had sort of interacted with Arlen because of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. So Arlen has been sculpting for Animal Warriors of the Kingdom stuff since the beginning. Some of the Kickstarter stuff was his. I think he's done. I think he did Thane, like the Gorilla Buck, and he's done. I think he did Pale. So he's been very or I can't even remember now. Shame on me. But um I had known that he was doing this stuff and I was very, very excited. It was just really, really cool stuff. And it fits with like so many other things that I do. It fits with the classified stuff just about perfectly. It's gonna like scale, it's gonna scale more towards like the Hasbro 6-inch scale than it will to the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom stuff or the sort of 7-inch stuff. Which makes sense, right? Because it makes more sense in that world than it does to sort of fit with lines that don't really mesh quite as well. Um, so that's where we're at with that. But yeah, what was I saying? I didn't have them. I didn't have a shelf planned out for them. I was probably going to get an astronaut and a zombie, and now I'm gonna need a shelf. So. Um, is is that is that what you look like on a Sunday morning before your coffee? I don't know. Look at the eyes. Like the eyes. I don't think you can. I don't think it really translates. But there's like that really that sort of crazy glossy whited out kind of eye there. Oh man, really, really good. Um, Red 5, are the zombie added parts to the full astronaut buck, or are they packaged separately? So, um, when we launch the Kickstarter, you will get the answer to that question. Dave asks Patrick, did you get the Batman Forever McFarlane figures yet? No, I don't collect McFarlane figures, so I have not. I do still kind of want. I don't collect McFarlane figures, but those Batman Forever ones, I remember like the hype around that movie. That for whatever reason, like I really got into that movie. But I'm not buying those. I'm not buying them. I won't. I can't. I can't collect everything. Red 5 says I'm imagining a deluxe packaging and swappable parts. Well, you'll have to wait and see. All right, this video that I intended to be sort of 20 or 30 minutes is now gone nearly an hour and 10 minutes. So it's time to wrap it up. I'm gonna say, if there's any other questions, feel free to fire them in there. If not, I will. I'll wrap it up here. But I'm gonna click my buttons to sort of like get ready to wrap things up. so that I'm like ready to go when I decide to really officially call it done and not take any more questions or comments. Um, Big Bad Toy Store says my McFarlane Robin is coming soon, so to the pile of loot it goes. Yeah, I can't collect everything. I wish I had infinite amount of space. And I mean, I definitely wish I had an infinite amount of money, but I just can't. Um, Collecting Brothers, better late than never. Hey, I thought I was gonna miss the live. Definitely got to catch the replay. The zombie head looked great. Yeah, I said this sort of right at the beginning. I'm not 100% certain whether or not I'm going to leave this video up or whether I'm going to make this a members only video. I am going to let Arlen watch it and decide whether I said things that I shouldn't or not. And then it'll either remain a members only video, or it'll go up for replay by the end of the weekend, kind of thing. Josh Brown, you can put the figures next to the glass McDonald's cups. Yes, I could if I still had those glasses, but I don't. And I like I love those glasses. The two-faced glass with the coins for the handle, like that was my jam. I loved those. I had the full set. So it's been a blast, guys. It's been fun unboxing this stuff. It's been fun, getting into this. It's been fun sort of sharing some of this stuff for some people that maybe haven't seen it yet, or people that have seen it but want to see more, want to know more. I'm here if you want to reach out on Instagram or message me on YouTube. I don't know if you can message me on YouTube or how you do that. You comment. If you got a comment, feel free to put it in the comments or a question or whatever. Yeah. That's all I got for tonight. That's way more than I thought I would have for tonight. So it's been an absolute pleasure. As I always say, it is way more fun to open toys with friends. So it's good to have you guys. Stay tuned for more, because as I said, this is just the beginning of the journey for Space Zombies from Mars, and it's exciting. I'm excited to share more stuff. I'm excited to share the lore and some of the things that we have planned, and every day we are one day closer to the Kickstarter. So I'm very, very excited about that. Yeah. More to come soon, because there's a lot more to come. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.